So good afternoon and a warm welcome to Sugden Road for this top of the table clash between Old Georgians and Surbiton. Georgians getting us underway. I'm joined in the commentary box today by Struan Walker. Unfortunately he's picked up an injury, so he's unable to play. How are you doing?
Yes, very well. Thanks very much for having me. Very excited for this. It's obviously a massive game today, but OGs are currently at the top of the table.
Yeah, they're 7 points ahead, aren't they, at the moment?
Yeah, it looks pretty good for them, unfortunately.
But with your 5-1 win at Wimbledon yesterday, that puts you clearly in second.
Yeah.
So I think you're 6 points ahead of Holcombe and Wimbledon, aren't you?
Yes, it was a great win from yesterday. Gaz Furlong coming out with a few goals, very nice ones. And yeah, so it's good that we've secured a spot there at second.
So this game must be the highest concentration of current and former internationals anywhere in the UK this weekend.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Looks like a back stick from Sam Ward.
Yeah, Sam Ward driving into the D, but then a back stick across. Surbiton clear it quickly. Jake Payton on the ball. Pushing the back there from Henry Weir, not spotted by the umpire. He's
very, very quick, Jake Payton. Gets his body really well in front of the player when he's driving with it, and it's so effective.
And he's had a good time out in India in the Pro League games, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been tearing it up. Scored a few really nice goals and yeah, doing really, really well. It's good that he's getting his first caps and performing so well.
So he joined the programme here this season, didn't he? From
this summer.
Exeter.
Yeah, he came from Exeter Uni. He came just after the Olympics and trialled really well and got his contract. And yeah, very much deserved it.
That's good. Surbiton just calming it down. Luke Taylor playing it out from the back into Stewie Rushmere.
Yeah, he's got that massive aerial threat, Luke. So it's always really tricky for the height of the press, because I mean you could quite easily just chuck a massive long ball.
David Ames putting a strong challenge in there on Stewie Rushmere.
That is classic, David Ames.
Thou shalt not pass.
No, he's a master of all the black magic.
Two umpires today, Nick Paget and then Nick White. Picked up there by Connor Williamson.
Cool head of Connor Williamson.
Looks like Connor playing a little bit further forward today.
Yeah.
Is that in response to the injury to Nick Park yesterday?
I think potentially. I mean, Connor's so versatile, he can play anywhere on the pitch, and he's got a cool head on the ball and off the ball. James Gall.
It's a good reverse hit for James Gall, but
comfortably batted away.
Yeah, Mr. Pinner provides a big target in there.
That's a good ball in from Alan Forsyth. Just couldn't quite utilise it in the D.
Is Alan still involved in the Scottish programme with you?
He's not. He's recently retired. I mean, seemed that he was in it for about 50 years, but he finally hung up the stick. Yeah.
And talking of Scotland then, so you had a good time out in Oman recently?
Yes, it was brilliant. We won the Nations Cup too, so that puts us up into a bit more of a more competitive league next year, which will be a good challenge for us.
Really
but
good.
Yeah, it was really good fun. And that's a foul from Sam Ward.
Yeah, so Sam Ward with the hand in the back on Stewie Rushmere there. This time Nick Paget did pick that up.
You'll see a lot of that today, I think, from Sam Ward.
Turnover there, James Albury on Rob Farrington. Typical trademark Alan Forsyth snapshot there. Obviously spent a number of years here at Surbiton, scored a lot of goals.
Yeah, he's prolific. I remember watching him on the highlights when I was younger. Seemed to be only Alan Forsyth scoring all these goals.
So Georgians playing with the 3 at the back.
Yeah, just trying to stretch our press. Lure us out a wee bit.
Kyle Marshall out to David Ames.
Tackle by Conor Williamson.
Watch your inside, Phil!
Kyle Marshall just letting the ball run.
Yeah, just a wee bit too much on Tim their side. A bit too much spinach. Throwing the ball a wee bit too far, but
So 2 or 3 rotations there for Old Georgians. Number 10, Ashley Jackson's stepped into the midfield for a few minutes.
yeah. It's insane that he's still got that touch and the ability that he always had, but and then
I think the game awareness,
yeah, it's insane,
and the organisation skills are superb, aren't
yeah, it can be tricky doing the player coach, but he seemed to be handling it pretty well.
they? Yeah, so we've got 2 experienced player coaches, one in Ashley Jackson and the other in Barry Middleton.
Yeah, exactly. It's been great having Barry this season, just really pushing us, and also off the pitch and then on the pitch, just being that cool head, and we get every decision which Barry wants, so that helps as well.
Driving to the baseline, good crosser ball. Sam Ward just couldn't quite get his stick across there.
He's very dangerous in those situations as well. When people flash balls across the D, he always seems to get his stick on it. Luckily this time he didn't.
There's that long aerial you were talking about.
It's just putting a load of pressure onto the defender to make sure he has to trap that, but he seemed to handle it well. An incredible cricket shot from Ashley Jackson there. Don't know how he did that.
Yeah, it was hard first time, straight to the man.
That's a foot off of Phil Roper.
It was actually a good advantage from Nick White to see where the ball ended up
Yeah, I
in
know.
the first place.
You can kind of do that, and it ends up on your stick in the D, and you're like, why did you blow that? But yeah, Surbiton just setting up their high platform here. Trying to pick their moment.
Long corner. So just over 10 minutes gone in this first quarter. Barry Middleton on the ball. Ball into the D, defended by the Old Georgians. Great composure on the ball there from Conor Williamson.
We're calling him the Pirlo of hockey. That's a beautiful ball.
I do sometimes think that the hockey stick's like a wand to him. Rather
Honestly, it's insane. It's great to play with, really hard to play against, but he's just so cool, calm, collected on the ball. Had a great summer, made the Olympic squad and just smashing it. Taking a wee bit of a leadership role as well in the England team. He's captain a few games at a young age. It's really impressive.
You can already see the standard of this game.
Yes.
Surbiton looking to move the ball forward quickly. Surbiton number 23 introduced there, Ollie Stone. So he played his game in the second 11 yesterday. Scored a really good goal.
Got his call up today.
Got his call up today.
Big game as well for him to, showcase his talent. He's got incredible hands. He's rinsing all the older guys at training. Me being one of them. But yeah, he's definitely more than capable to be on the pitch at the moment. So it's Adam Buckle putting in a crunching tackle.
That's another characteristic
Of Adam Buckle.
That's right.
He just is a bulldozer.
Rob Farrington driving forward and just drawing the challenge in. Won the free hit and then goes for a rest. Is this something you'll see quite often with Surbiton, that Barry Middleton just sort of fits in wherever?
Wherever he could play up front and then straight to centre back, and yeah, he just is a full utility player, comfortable in the ball. Yeah, Barry and Connor have done a wee switch there. Connor's just in deep midfield at the moment.
Surbiton just being patient, looking for an opening, moving the ball around.
Surbiton really have to be careful that they don't get pushed out too far here, because they don't want to let up that
And
pressure.
then the turnover comes.
Exactly. And then OGs are so good on the counter, but seem to can't weather the storm a wee bit there.
It's quite funny seeing Surbiton at home in their black strip.
Yeah.
Obviously nobody wanted to do the washing yesterday, so both teams have agreed to play in their change strips. Space for Ian Sloan, forward to Phil Roper. Similar pattern to the last play, where Georgians are now moving the ball away, probing, looking for opportunities to go forward.
Oh, they've gone for a bit of a football. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure
Not sure
George
about that
was
one.
quite.
Oh my! And that
And
has
it's
not worked out very well for them.
Ashley Jackson back to George Pinner, turned over and made to pay.
Yeah, that is a strange one. I don't see that very often in hockey, going back to the goalie.
Picked up by Jake Smith, taken off the defender, off the keeper. Set Jake Payton up, 1-0 to Surbiton.
Yeah. Jake Payton on the score sheet again, doing really well. Scored an absolute screamer.
See
yesterday.
David Ames doing a bit of organising in the middle there.
I'm not sure he's too pleased about that, if I'm honest.
So 4.5 minutes to go in this quarter. Surbiton take the lead, 1-0. Jake Payton, number 11.
Really good from Jake Smith to be selfless there and just pass that to an open goal, I think. Lots of forwards maybe see their eyes might light up a little bit and they just want to pepper it.
Are you speaking from,
Yeah.
you think your eyes would have lit up at that point?
I'm not sure I'd be able to resist. Not sure I'd be able to resist, unfortunately.
That's what goal scorers are all about. Like football, that's why they get the big bucks.
Yeah.
Get all the headlines.
Yeah.
Buckle with a robust challenge. Ball into the circle, shooting chance. Equaliser from Phil Roper.
I think Surbiton are questioning that a little bit. I think they're questioning the foot from the Old Georgians player, Adam Buckle, with his tackle. The umpires think that he pushed him, but
They were looking for the foot before
they were
that.
looking for the foot, yeah.
Well, the advantage of live stream, you can rewind, have a look.
Yeah, exactly.
You can probably come to a conclusion before we can. We'll have to wait till the end of the game.
Yeah, you can make up your own mind.
But we're back to all square, 1-1. Turnover.
Sliding block from Stu Rushmere.
Yeah, just
Putting his
checking
body
that,
on his line.
checking that the goal's back in place.
Yeah.
So time's off.
That's Stu all over. Just would never let that ball go by.
Yeah, I think Buckler got himself in front there, hasn't he?
Yeah, controlling the ball.
Oh, we've turned it over again, and here comes Sam Ward. Make them pay. Looking for the connection back to Ward.
Just slightly going a wee bit too fast there from Tim Nurse, but trying to get the game going a wee bit.
So coming up to 2 minutes left in this first quarter, it's been quite hectic. Not too many whistles and breakdowns in play.
Very cool and calm from Tim Nurse there, just to lift it over his stick. That should be Surbiton ball. Jay Smith there just slightly alone at the top of the D, but
Yeah, he took the ball down well,
Yeah.
but then he really hadn't got anybody to
not quite enough support there. But
release it too quickly. They're just harmlessly down the sideline. It looks like it's a 16 right on the sideline. Pop aerial into midfield. Soon closed down there.
questioning a foot there. OGs are clearly trying to get the ball into the midfield from Surbiton, and that's when they try and pounce and have as many players.
Yeah, they're surrounding the ball, 2 or 3 people at the same time, aren't they?
Yeah.
Turn it over quickly and then go from that. David Ames looking to restart. So this time OG's deciding not to go back to the goalkeeper.
Learn from their last mistake. Just patiently passing it around the back. Don't need to go at this point in the game when it's so early on. Bode their time and try and wait until the opportunity's ready, and then they can go from Surbiton. That 5 rule is kind of...
They looked like they were both together there. I'm not sure there was ever the 5 metres separation.
It's always a hard one. I'm not sure... Well, I don't understand it, so... Not sure how many
I think
people
the
actually
Georgians
do.
are talking to Nick White about that one. So we always expected goals on the basis that so far this season, Old Georgians have scored 83 goals, of which Sam Ward's got 28. And Surbiton have scored 67, of which you've got 20.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, 2 goals in the first quarter is quite... It's good for the viewership. I think, yeah.
In terms of this fixture on a head-to-head basis, you know, bearing in mind that for the last few years they've probably been 2 of the top sides in the country, they've managed to play 11 times in this Premier League, of which the Old Georgians have won 7 of those games. 2 have been drawn. So Surbiton have only won 2 of the 11 games that they've played in the head-to-head so far.
Yeah, I mean, the rise of OGs and how they've come from a couple of leagues below, and now they're dominating quite often, like the Premier League is, yeah, it's just insane, really. But
Yeah.
they've got some really older, kind of much more experienced players in their team, and they're able to, yeah, they're able to control and dominate a wee bit. But
And of course both of you have got European campaigns coming up. So the EHL 2025 finals, not long now, less than a month away.
yeah, really
17th of April. You looking forward to being fit for that Surbiton against Kampong game?
Yes, I'm really excited for it. It's going to be definitely a tough one, but yeah, it'll be brilliant. It's in Den Bosch, so
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see what it's going to be like, and yeah, hopefully we'll upset the odds.
And if you win on day one, you get the chance of playing either Blumendal or Club Campo de Madrid. So
Yeah,
that
it's easy.
you know, it gets easy.
It's easy. It would be total walkover to the final. I mean, we've got. We did really well in the last when we hosted it here, but yeah, it's the EHL for a reason. It's going to be a few tough games.
And the Old Georgians start on the 18th of April. They've got a game against Rotterdam, and the winner of that game will play Royal Leopold or Gantoise. So we're underway in the second quarter. Old Georgians in white, Surbiton in black.
James Albury throwing high ball. Sam Ward.
Crossfield aerial picked up by Connor Williamson. Not given the time to get the ball under control before the Old Georgians player stepped in.
The high ball has just become such a massive part of the game these days.
And I think there's talk, probably in that European tournament that we've just been talking about, I think there's a rule consideration there where they're going to play from that first touch rather than it being back down.
Yeah, so the rules now has been played during the international.
Yeah, so in the
stage.
Pro League and in the
League
AHL they're going to play that. So
So you're
that's
allowed
not the
to-
rule here today, but
No.
I think my sense is that that's one that will happen.
So you're allowed to tackle the ball, tackle the player when the player's had their first touch.
Yeah.
Which will, yeah, I know. It's gonna be a strange one because we're so used to the rule previously. Oh, that's a dangerous ball from Barry Milston, and well, one back.
So Connor Williamson to Johnny Gall, finds Barry Middleton, out to Luke Taylor. That long crossfield aerial, George Pinner
Ooh.
quickly underneath it. And because both players, there was no separation between the two players, so he wasn't penalised there for playing at the ball even though he missed it. Ashley Jackson carrying the ball forward, looking to connect with a lead from one of his forwards there. So Connor Williamson looks like he's dropped back into the
His natural habitat, centre back.
yeah. So at the moment, Gareth Furlong over on that left-hand side. Adam Buckle taking a rest.
It's a lovely
There's
drawbridge from Barry straight to Stoner.
Ollie Stone on the ball, showing those hand skills that you were talking about. Found the ball into the circle.
And
That's a great team goal. What a great finish by Jake Smith.
Absolute screamer.
A couple of really good contributions there from Ollie Stone.
That's just such a good team goal, and I think we've been seeing this from Surbiton a lot recently, where connections and seems slightly tiki-taka, but it's just been, yeah, a pleasure to watch and a pleasure to play.
Well, I think as someone who watches training on a Thursday night, we've seen it in training quite a lot. It's about bringing it to the pitch now.
Exactly.
Superb there for contribution from Ollie Stone, as we said. As manager of the second 11, I've seen that quite a lot this year.
Oh, and it's
Ball
flashed
across
by.
the circle. James Gall, Jammer Gall, just unable to get a touch on it. Ball flashing across from Jake Payton.
It's a great ball from Jake.
Another really good Surbiton attack. Jammer's one of those players that sets himself really high standards, so he'll be disappointed not
He's
to
gonna
have thrown himself and managed to get a touch on
He's
that.
going to be fuming about that one. But, yeah, hopefully he gets another opportunity like that.
Great drive there by James Albury. Turnover though, so Surbiton coming quickly the other way.
Swept up by Barry Middleton. Reads the game so well.
And again, here we go. Ollie Stone on the ball, looking to connect. The long aerial to the far post. James Gall. Ball across.
And not quite the outcome.
Certainly an exciting game. Phil Roper carrying the ball forward. Waiting for his team to catch up.
Very calm, the ball there.
Lots of calm experience there. That's what you'd expect from a GB international.
Exactly. There's about 1,000 Olympics in this on this hockey pitch combined, and that's a great save from James Mazzarello.
I think it's given us a back stick.
Nice.
Williamson finding Barry Middleton, ball out to the left-hand side. Max Anderson on the ball there.
With the pink shoes, I think.
Be interesting to see that on the live stream. Looks like a couple of players came together. Jake Smith coming off worse. Neither of the umpires seemed to pick or give anything there. The umpire just checking if there was a head injury.
Just running out of space in the pitch there, a wee bit.
Yeah, it's given down the far side there, running off the pitch.
James Albury, loves running down the wing, nailing a ball in.
I think that's the way that hockey's developed, though, isn't it? You know, you haven't got these roles of defenders and midfield players and attackers anymore. It's much more total hockey.
Yeah, dynamic players. I think Adam Buckle didn't feel like he actually had touched the ball there. It's been taken off him. Off the foot of Gareth Furlong for a corner.
So I think there's this call now. You know, you've got to be really careful as a player moving the ball around with your stick, as opposed to picking it up, moving it with your foot until you've taken the free hit.
It's one of these. It was the most annoying rule, but you kind of sometimes get a little bit. You forget about it and you end up touching the ball, because it's as soon as the ball's been touched is when it's live.
So here we go on the OG's penalty corner. Is it Ward, Carson?
Yeah. If I was a betting man, it would be going to Ward.
Yeah. So David Ames in position number 1 on the stick stop. Sam Ward, number 13. Cleared off the line
by
there.
Barry Middleton. Oh. It's that corridor of uncertainty where Wardy is
Surbiton looking to break quickly. Rob Farrington plays it forward. Stewie Rushmere. If he can get on the ball. Jake Smith looking to find space. I think at Surbiton we've been blessed over the last few years. First with players like Tom Sorsby on that goal line. People like Connor Williamson on that goal line. And now Barry Middleton. So it looked like it had beaten Mazzarello, gone behind him, but Barry was there on that left-hand post just to pick it up, and then the team swarmed round and managed to clear it.
Barry loves it at training. Even with no runners, he's still... Oh, that's been taken off by Sam Ward. Yeah, Barry will still be getting us to flick at him. And it's a great tackle from Connor Williamson.
Great pick.
He reads the game so well. Just knew it was going down there and just picked it. It's Max Anderson on the ball. It's absolutely rapid and good hands.
Yeah, so I think earlier in the season, Max started playing as a halfback, didn't he? And he then went out with the under-21s to the Sultan of Johor tournament, which they won. And he came back and he's converted into this high midfield player.
Yeah, I think he sees himself as a bit of a forward.
I think he started his career in Ireland as a forward.
Yeah, he's been telling me all about it. Yeah. He's looking to get his first goal, I think. Hopefully today's the day. He's wearing the pink shoes so that his parents can pick him out in Ireland.
Aerial ball. Into the crowd. Moved quickly by James Albury. Good steal there by James Gall. Stewie Rushmere carrying the ball forward strongly now, trying to look to connect, drive himself. It looks a good pick from David Ames from our distance, but Nick White's a lot closer than we are. Rob Farrington trying to drive the ball into the circle.
Just something Old Georgians does very well is they just sling that ball into the D once it ges around. Found the foot. Tim Nurse found the foot of the Old Georgians player. Releases a bit of pressure.
So Tim Nurse taking on the captain's responsibility this season. David Goodfield out for most of the season, injured. Again, trying to pass the ball square. Stewie Rushmere with a tackle. Alan Forsyth still on the ball, looking for a connection. Good save by Mazzarello. Defence, scramble it clear. OG's looking for a video referral, but unfortunately we don't have any today.
I'm watching the wrong part of the game here. Jake Payton has it at the halfway line. Lovely skills.
So we've got 5 minutes to go before half time. Surbiton 2, Old Georgians 1. Deflection from Carson onto Nurse, but it's gone out for the long corner. Alan Forsyth on the ball. Back to Ashley Jackson. James Albury looking to feed it into the circle, carried away by Adam Buckle.
Adam Buckle with some brilliant skills and just fast running. I think they're looking for...
I think he'd like the first free hit.
Oh, that's a green card for the tackle from Ashley Jackson.
So 2-minute green card there for Ashley Jackson as Buckle carried the ball forward. Wasn't brought back for the free hit.
I think advantage had gone out.
That's all right. Jake Smith, the New Zealand international. That was quite a surprising acquisition when he arrived. I think courtesy of being over here, wasn't he, with his girlfriend? And he turned up at the start of the season.
Exactly. Yeah, he's been great. He just came back off the Olympic Games and fitted straight into the squad.
So Jordan's looking for an opportunity to get this goal back before half time. Ian Sloan playing the ball forward.
Some lovely skills from Max, trying to with a burst of pace. Just trying to find Tim Nurse there in the high midfield role, but Shingles has picked up the ball. Brilliant tackle from Luke.
Yeah, he just made sure that he was able to engage with him before he got into the circle there. So the Surbiton player engaging within that 5 metres as the ball was brought down.
OG's building a lot of pressure around the 25 in the high platform. Not able to utilise, but
Johnny Gall bringing it away, throws the aerial,
cool header Johnny Gall.
tries to find Jake Payton.
Jake Payton got a wee bit twisted up with his own legs there, it seemed.
So Surbiton looking to calm it down and play out these last few minutes before the half-time break. Georgians pressing, trying to turn the ball over high.
Johnny Gall done very well there to find Barry Milston. OGs do seem to be picking quite a lot.
Yeah, I think what they're doing is they're not panicking. They're tracking back and they're picking that ball as they're trying to, as the Surbiton players try to connect. Maybe that's just experience there.
Potentially.
It's game management.
That's a great ball from Faz. Just looking for...
Still got the ball, the Surbiton player plays it back. Looking to get a shot away.
Trying to find a shot away. Battered away from...
And we reach half-time with the score Surbiton 2, Georgians 1. Really entertaining and competitive game so far. Lots of positive responses from the crowd, cheers and claps at half-time.
Exactly.
We'll join you shortly for the second half. Joined back in the commentary box by Struan Walker, busy from his exploits at half-time, picking the winner of the Surbiton Legacy Club draw.
I did a bit of a dedication to Rod Stewart with Diffie into it. I'm sure you'll be able to see it on the socials.
So back underway, Surbiton 2, Old Georgians 1. Stewie Rushmere carrying the ball strongly. There's Max Anderson showing his pace round the back.
I think they're looking
Penalty
for
stroke.
a penalty stroke. Brilliant from Max Anderson.
Deliberate foul in the D. I think Nick Paget was in no doubt that he was going to give that.
I mean, goal scoring opportunity, and they've done really well there to get a penalty stroke. I think it's going to be Connor Williamson.
In the first 40 seconds of this quarter. James Albury complaining, but I don't think it's going to do him any good. George Pinner getting himself ready. Connor Williamson taking responsibility. When George Pinner gets in that goal, there's not a lot of spare space, is there?
No, but I think he's also trying to slow it down a wee bit, make Connor have a bit too much time to think, but he's too cold. Too cold. Ice in the veins from Connor Williamson, just
Connor
slossing
Williamson
it bottom right.
Makes it Surbiton 3, Old Georgians 1. So the ball turned over in midfield, carried forward strongly there by Stewie Rushmere. And then, as we mentioned earlier, I think his mum and dad will be able to see him with his red shoes on.
Yeah,
win that penalty stroke.
Exactly. I think he can. I think they make him run faster as well. But yeah, he's done really well there. Carried really strong, and
he committed to getting to that byline. And then once he was there, the defender had a decision to make.
Exactly.
So it'll be interesting to see what that does to the dynamics of the game now.
With the 2-goal lead, I think Surbiton should be confident.
There's a long way to go.
Oh, I know, that's true. Hopefully they try and use this as momentum rather than sit back, and that's Connor just read that ball really well.
Georgians maybe trying to force it, trying to get back into the game quickly. James Albury pushing forward, trying to make things happen. Great take there by Barry Middleton.
And I mean, there's a foul somewhere.
You would think so, on the basis that both players were down on the ground. Something's happened. Ball lifted into the players, the free hit to the Old Georgians. Sam Ward coming in from behind, giving away the free hit there. Gareth Furlong out to Adam Buckle. Jake Payton showing his pace, trying to carry the ball out there.
Jake Payton just being very careful with James Albury not to dive in. He's got good skills, and that's a good ball to Carson on the 25.
He was looking to reverse that in early, wasn't he?
wanted to hit that hard.
Just wasn't an opportunity. But ball is played across the circle. Chance for the shot there. Back across
Shot
goal
wide.
and wide. So it's been quite a brisk start to this second half.
That's a beautiful ball from Tim Nurse, straight to the stick of Stu Rushmere. Got the foot,
think Steve Rushmere is one of those players that went out to India in the Pro League and did really well.
Yeah, he was just scoring a few goals as well, and started to
He's continued to pick up a few goals since he's come back as well.
I know last season he told me he couldn't buy a goal, and now he's just a goal machine. It's great to see though, because when he's on fire, it's just a calming, cool presence in the midfield.
Yeah, and he's probably got more opportunity this time because it's England in the Pro League rather than Great Britain, and of course some of the players who are out in Holland weren't released from their club sides, were they?
No,
so,
and the home nations players are not playing for these next couple of years, which it's also giving the opportunity to the newer, younger players to get their caps and start developing the younger players. Not saying that from a particularly old perspective.
That's just part of the cycle, isn't it? And
exactly.
the way it works. Unfortunate though that particularly as the Commonwealth Games are going to be up in Glasgow, it's unfortunate that you didn't get the opportunity to.
I know that would have been a great one for me personally. In my hometown.
I think the challenge is there from a cost perspective, though, isn't it? You know, it's many hundreds of people in the delegates for the two hockey sports.
Yeah, I'm glad I got there just in time for the Birmingham, but yeah, it's a shame. The Commonwealth Games is such a massive tournament for the home nations because it's obviously a lot harder for Wales, Scotland to play World Cups and Euro A divisions, but the Commonwealth Games was always that high quality big tournament which we were able to play in, and now
Georgians get the ball into the circle, win a penalty corner. So coming up to 10 minutes to go in this third quarter, an opportunity here for Old Georgians to get themselves back into the game. I'm sure James Mazzarella will be organising his penalty corner defence team. Fortunately today without Nick Park, who probably is one of the best number one runners in the world.
Absolutely. It's such an asset. I mean, a few years ago it wouldn't have been more. It was, you're now having to pick players based off their corner defence as well as their corner offence.
Just watching Berry there, he got himself in the goal and then realised he'd only got one glove on. So
and it's a stroke.
Yeah, stroke there. I don't think there was any doubt from Barry, although he'd managed to put his glove on. I think he was in the way of it on the line. So, our second penalty stroke of this quarter.
Alan Forsyth looks like on the stroke.
Alan Forsyth, who's scored many a penalty stroke here at Sugden Road.
Pinaldo is what we used to call him.
If I was a betting man, I'd go hard in that bottom right-hand corner.
He likes it there. I think he,
But of course, in goal you've got James Mazzarella, who excels at the shootout. It's a bit harder at penalty strokes, though.
Yes, it is. But I take about 1,000 a week against him, and he's raging every time he doesn't quite get it. But it's a hard one for goalies. It's just we'll see. Oh, and he's gone bottom left.
And he fooled me. He went the other way.
Yeah, I've never seen him go high. That's the only thing.
No.
But
it's hard and low in one of the two corners.
Yeah.
And as a goalie, you've just got to gamble. So back to 3-2 to Surbiton. Exciting game. I don't think we'll have seen the last of the goals. Great skill there by Phil Roper. As soon as he got that free hit, he got his eyes up, looking to connect with Sam Ward.
James Albury trying to read that ball, but
And I think he did, and he did enough to
put James Gall off a wee bit.
yeah. Ashley Jackson just popping the ball forward accurately.
Very well done from Tim Nurse now. Surbiton on the counter with a lot of pace, and that's brilliant. He's rinsed them there.
So it's the Old Georgians in their Argentina strip today.
It was a bit of a back stick,
Did look it.
but OG's maintain the ball.
Played straight.
Don't see that very often from Phil Roper.
The game's just gone a little bit scrappy, hasn't it?
I think both teams need to just cool down a wee bit. Adam Buckle just shelling it
He
into
had
the
2 goes. The first time
OG's
Sam
dugout.
Ward picked it, and the second time he made sure he was going to get the ball through, but he didn't manage to keep it on the pitch. David Ames playing it forward. He's got the ball in that left-hand corner now. Old Georgians. I think they thought it was a long corner, but I think Nick White's given a free hit. No, he wants it taken wider. No, that's right, free hit in the corner. There's control of the ball there. It's pretty true, this pitch. I don't think you can usually blame the pitch.
No, you can't. As much as I'd like to sometimes. And Stu's just done really well to get his body in front. That's a good tackle.
But again,
from
you've
OGs.
got Old Georgians, 2 or 3 players collapsing on. They've got a chance here to
And it's
equalise,
gone over
just
the bar.
over the bar. So Old Georgians turning the ball over there, giving it to James
Oh,
Carson,
and that's just
who put it over the bar. It's like Surbiton just need to get hold of the ball and build a few phases of play.
and that's a good tackle from Jake Payton, but it's just been called up as a foul. I think it's a massive gripe from hockey players is that if there's contact to the stick, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a foul. It does get pulled up a lot.
Yeah, and I think at this level, you're not expecting every noise of stick on stick to be called as a foul.
No, not at all. It's a great ball down the sideline. Connor Williamson with the hand eye, just picking that up. Oh, just a wee bit too far ahead of Jake.
Yeah, it was only
Jake
about
Payton.
a foot too far ahead.
He is quick, but he's not quite that quick.
Yeah, the ball was just running away from him, wasn't he? Wasn't ever quite catching up with it. Adam Buckle giving away the free hit.
Sometimes the foul is better than them getting into the deep. And that's a great tackle from Barry Milton.
He's going to chase that down. Trying to put the pressure on David Ames. Max Anderson coming out to try and keep this ball in this on James Albury. Two very, very quick players there.
That's high from...
Great aerial.
And a short corner. Not too sure what the corner's for, because it looked like Johnny Gall had...
I think Johnny Gall looked as though he was 5 metres away. And it wasn't blown immediately for the first player engaging. So I think Nick White's explaining his decision there. Barry Middleton continuing the conversation while he gets his kit on. So the previous penalty corner ended up with a penalty stroke for Old Georgians as the ball was hit the defender on the line. Sam Ward's come across this second castle now on the right hand side.
We'll see whether it's going to go long or if they're trying to shift it. It's gone long. And it's just down that really awkward channel where it's between the keeper and the postman, and it's just, as a postman, it is just an absolute nightmare to pick.
It's the well-known corridor of uncertainty.
Exactly. So, and Wardy is good at hitting those areas, but I think Jake Payton will be maybe a bit upset with that one. But
so we're into the last 2 minutes of this third quarter, all square at 3-all. Nick Nurse on the ball. All the way back to Tim Nurse. James Gall so strong there to
done very well to protect the ball there.
Protect the ball, yeah. Great skill from Max Anderson.
And he's gone, taking it quickly, and that should be a short corner.
I think he's given it for the free hit outside the circle.
I think Surbiton are going to be not too pleased about that. Sam Ward quite brave there.
Yeah, it's good defending. So I know Sam Wall gets an awful lot of glory for all his goals, but that's a great example of how the centre forward comes back and works hard to help his defenders out.
Exactly.
Commitment, putting his body on the line, helping to get the ball away.
Nice battle there, which I think, yeah, Nick Nurse has won.
Yeah, he reacted well, read the play and got himself in front.
Now he's wanting the ball.
Now he's on the attack, trying to get the ball into the circle.
Just could do with a little bobble there from Nick Nurse, but
I think, as you were saying earlier in the commentary, the Old Georgians seem to be able to read those and pick them.
oh, think Barry made it. You don't see that very often. Barry Q ended it. Quite old school to go in.
So there we are, end of the third quarter. Surbiton 3, Old Georgians 3. So, anybody's game. Seen 6 goals already. My sense is we could see a few more.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully from Surbiton. But, well, yeah.
So just one game to go for the Surbiton boys. That's away next Saturday at Hampton and Westminster.
Yes.
Is that an evening game? Is that a 6 o'clock kickoff?
It will be.
Paddington Rec?
I'm sure, yes. Unfortunately, I won't be playing, but I'll be at the sideline supporting.
Now we've got a big game for the Surbiton men's 2s on the Sunday, also against Hampton and Westminster. So if they manage to win that game, they will become the first ever second 11 to make it into South Div 1.
Wow. Yeah, I see that they're top of the league.
They're top of the league alongside London Wayfarers.
Are they allowed to go to the league above?
They are allowed to go to the league above. That's an interesting point. So while I say they would be the first second 11 to play in that league, probably a little bit of a shout out to the University of Nottingham men's 2s, who actually won Midlands Conference last year.
Okay.
But through a cruel twist of fate, were unable to go up because their first 11 got relegated from the Premier League. So to your point, you're not allowed to have 2 teams in the same league. And because their men's team got relegated from Premier, they didn't get the opportunity to take their place in North Div 1.
That's gutting, that, isn't it?
So fortunately, I don't think we're going to fall foul of the same problem. So, but it's been an amazing season for the men's 2s in East Conference this year. If you look at the league, it's a very competitive league, and frankly, anybody can beat anybody on their day. So in the second half of the season, we had sides like Brighton and Bromley and Beckenham have come through the league really well, and the Surbiton side, London Wayfarers and Spencer, have sort of been the top 2 or 3 teams all season. But it's been a great division to play in. So here we go for quarter 4.
It's a big quarter for both these teams. Surbiton started strong with a nice high ball to Nick Nurse. And it's been crunched in, but picked up by David Ames.
And of course, both sides would, if they're going to be the top 2 seeded teams in phase 3, they'll get the majority of home games in that final phase and would probably expect to meet each other later on in the competition. David Ames on the ball, carrying forward strongly.
Playing advantage. And well intercepted, but off the side.
So the umpire's gone back to give a card to Jake Smith. So Surbiton down to 10 players for a couple of minutes.
Going to really have to control the game here. Not shy away from attacking, but also not taking too many unnecessary risks.
James Albury becoming more influential, looking to carry the ball forward and create.
I think they're trying to slow the game down a wee bit now.
Good skill to receive that there by Rob Farrington. Couldn't quite connect with James Gall.
Just a bit of a loose pass. I think Jama might have been slightly worried about another card there, but it's just a body contact, nothing malicious.
I think it was well read there by Nick Paget. I think he realised that he just didn't stop.
Yeah.
A long aerial there by Luke Taylor.
And that's
Not only is it a long aerial, it's such an accurate aerial, isn't it?
I think Surbiton would probably want the advantage there.
Sam Ward out on this right hand side.
Unloading the ball and then getting back into his comfort zone in the D.
Yeah, play on, there's nobody around him. Barry very quickly trying to put some pressure on there. What a great ball by James Albury. Superb save by Mazzarello. Turnover again though.
Surbiton looking for the foot there and a short corner.
Yeah. So managed to defend the first one, but the second one at the top of the circle just found the foot. It's been turned over. So Nick Paget's
Seen a foot. And
must have seen something earlier. They worked as a pair. That's why in hockey we have two umpires, because you get certainly different angles, different parts of the pitch.
I think that's Surbiton back to 11. Not too much went wrong in that time, so a bit of a relief. It's a great ball from Barry.
Good turn.
The
Strong
wheels
turn.
from Jake Payton.
There's a great tackle back there, though, wasn't it? You know, it had to be inch perfect, and it was.
Not quite sure what Sam was
No.
looking for there.
No.
Stick tackled him and then looked for a. It's a great ball from Colin, was it?
I think it's hit him on the body on the ground.
Yeah. We just heard it there.
And the umpire agrees with me.
Yeah, he must be doing something right.
I think it was interesting on that aerial when you said, what a great aerial, but also what great defending by James Albury, because he understood exactly where he was.
It's not 5.
And what he couldn't do. You know, he didn't engage, he didn't panic. He got into a position.
Yeah. Max Anderson on the hunt there, trying to get the ball back.
Great play by Georgians, got the opportunity there. What a great goal. Superb finish there by James Albury. But it was started here with the aerial that was picked up by Ian Sloan, eliminated his man, played the ball forward really quickly, and then the ball found its way onto the right-hand side.
He's done very well there
to James Albury, and a finish across James Mazzarello into the far corner. So for the first time today, Old Georgians take the lead?
Yep.
I can't remember. 4-3.
He's been called foul for shielding there.
Yeah, he's been called for stick block. So just 10 minutes to go now. Tim Nurse with his head up looking for a pass. Plays it out to Gareth Furlong. Surbiton will be hoping that they can create a chance. We've not seen the Surbiton short corner routine yet. Stuart Rushmere, who's been very good on the ball.
And that's a short corner.
Yeah.
Really well done from.
So I think that's the right call. So Jake Smith was in space. The Old Georgians defender that was in front realised and didn't step back, but the Old Georgians defender that was behind then stepped in to close that space down.
Jake
So-
Smith done really well to dominate.
Having
that
said
space
we
there.
hadn't seen the Surbiton penalty corner routine,
I think we'll see the first one today. So
so
Luke is off the pitch at the moment, so
in my
I
sense it's
I think when Gary's on this such good form, scoring 3 yesterday, I think this is
Gareth 3 penalty corner goals yesterday. James Gall to stop, Jake Smith to inject.
Gary famously loves big moments.
Connor
Hopefully not.
Williamson on the slip here on the left hand side.
And that's off the foot. Off the foot of Henry Weir. Wee bit late to pick up the ball there on the top of the D, I think.
Yeah.
Getting onto the ball, it just gives you so much more time to. Yeah, well, the number one runner isn't as close. and
It's
you've
the
got a lot more
accuracy
to
and
go.
the instant stop. You had to wait for it that time. That's cleaner.
And another short corner. Played high.
Pinner keeps it out, but creates the danger with the ball coming back into play. The early whistle there from Nick Paget. So, third time lucky, or does the routine change? It's a re-award, so there's no huddle. Same again.
And saved
Great
off
pick
by
on the
Joe
line.
Silver.
It does amaze me how those defenders on the line managed to pick.
I think it's a
I
lot.
suppose there's an element of self-preservation, isn't there? If you don't pick it.
Yeah. It's really backing your own ability, and that's back stick. Connor Williamson won't be happy about that one. He normally hits them pretty sweet.
So 6.5 minutes to go. Ashley Jackson with the ball in the middle of the pitch. Sideline to Surbiton.
You can just see from Farropa though, mentally he's just brushed that off, moved on to the next thing. Like you can often get a little bit caught up in your mistakes.
I think that's the sign of the international experience, isn't it? It's what you do with the next one that's important.
You see him on the ball there, great pass to. And an amazing save from James Mazzarello.
Yeah, it was
How he's
hit
done
cleanly on the way up, but I think it was going in. Mazzarello managed to tip it over the bar.
that. He's done very well there.
World-class goalkeeping there. Alan Forsyth certainly hit that cleanly. Created the opportunity in his back space to get the shot away.
Here clatter of sticks there and then OG's ball. Alan trying to get to a crab position. Couldn't quite. It's good skills from Gary Furlong. Oh. I thought that went off of an OG stick.
Yeah, and I think the way the Surbiton players were walking away, they did as well, but Nick Paget's given the free hit to the Georgians. Keeping the ball, moving it round the back, changing the point of attack. Out here to James Albury.
It's a bit soft, that, I think. Oh, good skills from Garrett, just poking it past his left foot.
Strong by Phil Roper there. Keeping the ball going forward.
Bit of table tennis there from Ashley Jackson and James Mazzarella.
Good touch into the top of the circle, cleared by Tim Nurse. Rob Farrington trying to pick the ball up. Good commitment there from Old Georgians to win that back.
It's not a foul.
That was a clean take.
Oh, he's rapid, and that should be
a card, I think.
Yeah,
Yep,
yellow
card.
card. That is going to be huge, and they've just knocked the ball away. I don't think you can disagree with that. I don't think Ash is either. Setting it. So that's Ash going to be off for the rest of the game.
Yeah,
and
so Old Georgians are going to be down to 10. Just 2.5 minutes to go.
Just
On, Wardy!
James Mazzarello pretending to be an outfielder there. Yeah. A bit of hesitation there from Paget, not quite sure, but James Gold definitely didn't think it hit his body.
Well, I think he was probably asking who'd lifted it at the first place, potentially. So a bit of space here. Barry Middleton drives through the midfield,
On the counter, and that's to
switches
Adam
it out to Adam Buckle.
I think he's going to put on the wheels now. Yeah.
James Gore picks it up.
So under 2 minutes left now. Surbiton needs to be pretty urgent. And
It's a great touch there by James Albury to get his feet out of the way, control the ball and clear it. One last chance for Surbiton. Stewie Rushmere deflected by Barry Middleton, played across.
just missed the feet
It was good.
of James Albury.
It was good connections there. Jake Smith just got himself a little bit ahead of the ball. But the two passes to get the ball into that space were good. I think that has to be a Surbiton hit.
And that's
So there we go. End of the game. An exciting game. Very, very good standard all round. Lots of good play. We've seen 7 good goals. And it feels like we've probably seen the 2 strongest teams
battle out today.
in the English Premier Division. Hope you've all enjoyed the game. If I had to ask you for a man of the match?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Ah.
Now I'm thinking of it, it probably would be Alan Forsyth. I think he had a great game. He was posting up really well.
Yeah.
And had a couple of chances, and then was cool and scored that.
That sounds
penalty.
like a Scottish forwards. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd been a bit.
Yeah. So I think you're right. I think he had that forced Mazzarello into a great save. I think if I was looking at the Georgians, I think James Albury had a very influential game as well. I thought Stewie Rushmere played well for Surbiton.
Really well. So yeah.
So thanks for your time.
Thanks.
Hope you enjoyed that game, and hopefully we'll see you for the next game in Phase 3.
Thanks, Rob.